This is the scariest video I've ever made, but I've decided that it's time to share this. I'm getting formally diagnosed for autism. And if you're watching this, I'm probably crying or throwing up somewhere. For a long time, I told the people closest to me, especially my husband, that life felt like a game where everyone knew the rules except me. And I had these interactions that seemed fine, and then later I'd find out I'd completely misread the situation. And this kicked off when somebody asked me, didn't you read the social cues? Couldn't you see that I was mad at you? I noticed that they seemed annoyed. I didn't know that it was about me. And when I asked, they said it was nothing. And this is a pattern that has followed me around for years. Obviously, autism is more than that, but it is one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because the more research I did to figure out why I think or behave the way that I do, the more I kept learning about autism. When most people hear the word autism, they picture a very specific stereotype. Usually it's a young boy who avoids eye contact, has one or two intense hobbies, and speaks in a certain way or, can be nonverbal. And that's the image that we grew up with in TV shows and textbooks even. But autism does not look one way. It does not present in the same way in everyone, especially in women. Some traits that often show up, that often get overlooked, are masking, like copying expressions or conversation styles, so you pass as neurotypical. Another one is scripted social interactions, where you practice what you will say in your head first. There's strong sensory sensitivity to lights, textures, or smells. There's difficulty reading between the lines, needing people to say what they actually mean. There's black and white thinking, which can make you principled but confused with inconsistencies that you see in other people. You can also get stuck in conversational loops, going over the same thought or topic again and again because your brain is still processing it, even if the conversation has moved on. And for as long as I can remember, I've always hated eye contact. I usually look somewhere between people's eyebrows, like here. And if I am looking directly at someone in the eye, it's usually because they have really pretty eyes or they have really nice makeup on, and that's what I'm usually staring at. There's also burnout from constant social performance, even if you look fine from the outside. The most interesting out of all of this is what the autism spectrum actually means. The spectrum is more like a wheel where you might need more support in one area and less in another. It's not so much as you're either more or less autistic. It is understanding your profile. But for me, the real turning point was realizing how much this connects to my culture and the way I've been masking since I was a kid. So when I look at all of these together, these patterns, these traits, the way